just catch up with the train.
We can't be far behind.
Do you hear that?
We must be getting close.
Hold on.
I lived, bitch. Hold up a second. Before we even begin this recap, I need to take a drink of water real quick because that game against the Jets, it took a lot of toll on my health mentally, and I probably lost a couple years of my life from that game. But hey, you know, even though I took a toll on it, a win's a win at the end of the day, no matter how it is. But, you know, I'll talk more about that after, but I need a drink right now. Ice cold water. Ice cold in the veins. That's the way I like it. But yeah, you know, just so you know, wasn't a pretty game by any means. Like, I knew the game was going to be a very tough defensive battle. And it went about as exactly as I expected. Like, I almost got the score prediction right, because I said it would be 22-20. And it was very close to that. Like, it went about exactly how I thought it was. I said it was going to come down to which defense would capitalize when it mattered the most. And in the end, the Lions defense was able to get the key stops that needed when it mattered, even won the turnovers battle. Jets defense, though, kept the Jets in this game 100%. But yeah, before we talk about what happened with the game, though, let's talk about everybody else in Detroit sports this week. Man, the Red Wings, like, just when you thought this team was really turning around to start off this year, now they've hit a rough stretch. They lost every game this week, like... It just looked very rough from this week for the Waynes. Like, they just blew a lot of games. Even some games they should have won, they just looked pretty bad defensively. Like, Siders having a sophomore slump, so is Raymond. Like, one thing that is true for sure, this team is lacking a true goal-scoring winner, like a number 2 winner and a number 2 center. Like Steve Eisman's definitely going to have to make some moves here if he wants this team to compete for a playoff spot, because even though the Wings have made some progress this year, this week was just a little bit of a sign of a punch back to reality. As the Wings still got a little ways to go, like, this team definitely needs a goal-scoring threat to get over the hump. Like, the Wings definitely need to make a big free agent splash. You know, Steve Eisman needs to take a risk and a gamble and hope it pays off. 100%, like, 100% we can see the growth here from Derek Lalonde. Like, this team is in a way better position than they were with Jeff Blashill the last couple years. Like, the team's definitely trending the right direction, but the Wings still need a little more. They need some more time. And this is one of these areas where I think you can't rely on a young guy to get it done. Like, we can't wait a year or two for Casper. Like, I think this is one of those deals where you got to try and get somebody at the deadline. So, you know, I think Steve Eisman's got to take a risk. He's got to make a splash somewhere and hope it pays off. Like, he took a risk with Sider, and it's paying off. He needs to take another one. But yeah, just a pretty rough week, which capped off with the Waynes losing to Ottawa. That shit show, that dog shit in Canada. Just, you know, a very rough week for the Waynes. Here's hoping that they can bounce back before the Christmas break next week. But yeah, just a very rough week for Red Wings hockey. Well, the Pistons week started off well with that big overtime win against the Charlotte shit show Hornets. You know, it was a great win, you know, to get that win over the Hornets. You know, still proving why Michael Jordan is terrible at running a fucking basketball team. And we also get one up on There Goes Moby. We beat There Goes Moby, especially in LaMelo Ball's return. So we get one up on the #1 LaMelo sexual on this platform. So yeah, that's good to get one up on There Goes Moby, especially with how much I exposed Moby and the Charlotte Hornets hate this, about how much of a bandwagon Fairweather fan he was. And you know, the only way I could really back it up and put my money where my mouth was if the Pistons won, and then they did. And well, after that, well, the Pistons went right back to what they've been doing all year. The tank is rolled on. But hey, though, Pistons, at least, even though the tank is still going on, they lose 2 straight. Boban's been doing well, along with Jalen Duren. You know, Duren's really doing a solid job, having a really good rookie year, along with Jay and Ivy. Like, that rookie connection's still going to be fun to watch, but good God, this team is definitely tanking for victory. But hey, Pistons, at least it can't get any worse. Oh, God damn it. Can the Pistons have anything nice happen to them for a change? Are we still paying the basketball gods for drafting Darko 20 years ago? For fuck's sake. In the end, God now hates the Pistons. I guess, hey, if the Lions are going to be good from now on, I guess somebody in Detroit has to be the shitty team that causes Detroit sports fans to go through depression. And the Pistons got selected. God damn it. Why couldn't it have been the Tigers? At least we're used to the Tigers punching the fans in the dick almost every year. Why did it have to be the Pistons? Just let the Tigers be the worst team in Detroit, for fuck's sake, sports gods. Why the Pistons? Cade Cunningham didn't deserve this. God damn it. Yep, tank time, Pistons. But yeah, to the Lions game though, well, at least we got payback on the Jets from that game 4 years ago. I'll tell you what I think for this game. Even though this game took a toll on my health mentally, the Lions did way better in this game than they did 4 years ago when they got blown the fuck out. So yeah, you know, it was a very ugly win for the Lions. You know, it was a defensive game. You know, very ugly. Like some people gotta realize, like, you're not, like, the offense isn't gonna score 30 points a game every fucking week. There are gonna be games where the offense just gets completely shut down. And one thing I'll say for this defense, for the Jets, is that Jets defense is fucking legit. Like, that Jets defense was giving the Lions offense a fucking nightmare and a fucking being a pain in the ass. You know, hey, you know, shout out to the Jets, you know. The Jets played a really good game. You know, the Jets were built almost as similar to what the Lions are. You know, it was 2 gritty teams. In the end, only one came out on top. You know, the Lions defense, well, for much of this game, they were just giving up a lot of big plays was the big downfall for the Lions defense early on. Giving up a lot of big plays with Zach Wilson getting the start after the doctors would not clear Mike White in time. Hell, for much of the game, the Lions' run game got fucking stuffed by the Jets. And the Jets didn't even have Quinnen Williams in the lineup due to that calf injury. But hey, the next man stepped up, and they stepped up. But, you know, it was, you know, until like the fourth quarter to the second half, the Lions' defense really buckled down until the Jets got that go-ahead touchdown late, which was just off some bad mistakes. And just Will Harris proving why he shouldn't have a roster spot in the Lions. Just like Will Harris is so fucking terrible at tackling. Like, he literally had the receiver tackled, and then he threw him 5 yards closer to the end zone to give him 3 yards. It's like, Will, what in the literal fuck are you doing? Why would you give him 5 free yards, you fucking moron? You don't tackle him closer to the end zone. You throw him the fuck away from it. Jesus Christ. Will Harris needs to be fucking cut right now. That is so that was like a bonehead move by Will Harris to give the Jets 3 yards. And of course, a couple plays later, the Jets take advantage. But yeah, I think be honest, I knew the Lions were not going to blow the Jets out. I knew it was going to be a very close game, going to be a hard game to win. But in the end, somehow, someway, even with Jared Goff playing like absolute shit today, Jameson Williams, J-Mo should have had 2 TD, should have got a second TD today. his second career TD on that long pass, but Jared Goff underthrew him. Just like, it's like you can say it's chemistry all you want, but I think Jameson might be just too fast for Jared's arm. Like, I think we might have just found Jared Goff's physical limitations as a QB. And that was probably it right there. Like, if J-Mo was probably about maybe 4 or 5 yards further back, Jameson Williams probably would have got a second career TD, but J-Mo was just way too fast for Jared to make that throw. Like, the throw was a good idea, but we just underestimated J-Mo's speed there. But honestly, the Lions, they need to rip the Band-Aid off and let J-Mo get more involved in the offense instead of having only just target him one time on a fucking go route. Like, you need to get J-Mo more involved in running these routes. Like, I understand the Lions want to ease him back in, because, he came off a major ACL injury, but at some point, the Lions defense just has to take a risk and a chance and rip the Band-Aid off and hope it works out. Hopefully we see J-Mo more involved in these last 3 games, but yeah, just a lot of frustrating things, a lot of things that Lions need to clean up in these last 3 weeks and possibly into the playoffs. Man. Just Jared Goff had a pretty bad game, but in the end, despite all that, the Lions still found a way to win. Even in the first quarter, that 4th and goal at the 1-yard line, let's be honest. Anyone would have fucking went for it on 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. They had the right idea. They just had a pretty bad play call where it got stuffed. The good news was, even though the Lions fucked up there, they effectively got those 7 points back when Khalif Raymond returned a punt for a touchdown. A couple plays later after the Lions stuffed the D on the Jets' 1-yard line. Like, I'm honestly surprised the Jets didn't take the safety with how far back the punter was and how close to the end zone he was, just to give him more space to work with to punt out of there. But at least the defense and special teams made up for that offensive error. And then we also had Michael Batch, who just missed the 54-yard field goal in the 4th quarter, which, so shockingly, that didn't come back to haunt us. And you see the Lions missed the 54-yard field goal? That, folks, is why the fucking Dan Campbell likes to go for it on 4th down all the goddamn time. Like, good God. Like, Michael Batchley's gotta make those kicks. Like, you gotta make that shit. But in the end, the Lions offense was able to do it. Was able to figure out a way to win, and Ben Johnson was able to dial up a good play on 4th and inches around the 2-minute warning because of one man. The man, the myth, the legend himself. Big Cock Brock Wright. Just Brock Wright let his big cock swing out there on that fucking catch and got the 51-yard go-ahead TD. And then the defense was able to keep him just out of field goal range. As I was surprised the Jets got that timeout up with 1 second left. Like, I thought we had him stuffed there. Like, James Houston, he was able to get his 5th sack of the season. And don't look now, Aiden Hutchinson. But James Houston is only 2 sacks away from catching Hutchinson in the rookie sack race. I don't know, could James Houston maybe make a case for Rookie of the Year? It might be a possibility, but I still feel like it's still a 2-man race between Hutch and Sauce Gardner. Hutchinson, even though he didn't have a sack today, he was able to stuff the Jets' run for the most part and play a big factor in that category. The other part of Hutch's job as a lineman. Even getting some pressure in, even on Romeo Aguirre's first sack back from his Achilles injury. Like, Hutchinson probably should have had that sack, but Hutchinson just slipped and missed Zach Wilson, but Romeo Aguirre didn't miss Wilson. In fact, Romeo even got a second one, so hey, welcome back, Romeo Aguirre. Missed you, man. Been a while. Glad to see Romeo Aguirre finally back. I've missed him. But yeah, even John Kaminsky getting a crucial sack, but despite all that, the Jets offense just couldn't get in field goal range, and the Jets just couldn't convert that 58-yard field goal to send the game to overtime as time expired. And the Lions just hang on and somehow, by the skin of their teeth, escape with a pretty ugly win at MetLife. But hey, you know, it was a very ugly win. But you know, at the end of the day, a win's a win at the end of the day. And, you know, with how much of a toll my mental health took on this game, I'll gladly take this win. Just, you know, hey, at the end of the day, good teams always find a way to win these kind of ugly-ass games. Like, this game proved one thing to me, that SOL truly is dead. This is not the same old Lions. This is BNL. Brand new Lions. Because if this was truly SOL, the Lions would have found a way to lose this game or probably get blown the fuck out. Because the Lions offense fucking couldn't do anything most of the game. Like, the real thing that really helped save this game was that Khalif Raymond punt return for a punt return TD. Like, that was pretty much effectively the deciding factor in this game. You know, and Brock Wright's TD too, just, you know, Lions did leave a few points on the board, but, hey, the Lions, though, they ran into a very good defensive unit. Like, Robert Saleh definitely has done a good job with the Jets. Like, give a shout out to him and the Jets. Saleh's doing a really good job. I think the Jets are definitely trending in the right direction. But they definitely need to develop some talent around Zach Wilson. They definitely need Zach Wilson to get some time to develop. I'd say Jets fans should be patient. I think Zach Wilson can be that guy. He just needs time to develop and get better. But hey, some QBs just take longer to develop than others. Just look at Trevor Lawrence last year. Lawrence last year was absolute dog shit. Of course, last year you can blame that on fucking Urban Meyer. But look at this year with Doug Peterson. Trevor Lawrence, the last how many weeks? Lawrence has really transformed into the QB he was advertised to be. And now the Jaguars are within a game of the playoffs. Not only just in the wild card possibly, but now potentially for the AFC South with the Titans now at 7-7. So yeah, there's still a good chance. Don't forget, the Lions blew out the Jaguars. And there's a chance Jacksonville could win the division and make the playoffs in the AFC. But yeah, just a very, very ugly win, but I'll gladly take the win. The Lions get to 7-7, they're back to 500. Now we're within half a game out of the playoffs. We're tied with Seattle in the standings. Of course, Seattle has that tiebreaker off the win from week 4. And we also have the head-to-head tiebreaker on the Giants and Washington, but since the Giants and Washington chose to tie a couple weeks ago, we can't. Now that head tiebreaker is completely fucking useless. But hey, we only have to beat out the Commanders, Giants, and the Seahawks. We only have to beat 2 of those teams to get in the playoffs. We only have to beat out 2 of them. But I'll just say it right here, with 3 games left, the Lions need to win the last 3 if they're going to have any chance of making the playoffs. Like, the last 3 are must-wins. Because, it's very hard to win in this league and nothing comes easy. Just look at the Chiefs today. How the Chiefs struggled against the 1.5 win Texans team that's tanking for Bryce Young. Yeah, that Texans team sent the Chiefs to overtime. Like, the Chiefs needed overtime to beat the Texans. But hey, any given Sunday, any good team can have a bad day. The Lions, they didn't have a good day today, but they found a way to get a win that they probably shouldn't have gotten. Won a game they probably shouldn't have won. Like, they found a way to win a game. They found a way to win despite looking like absolute ass. But hey, I'll take it, Nothing comes easy in the league, but hey, shout out to the Jets. They have a really good squad, especially on that defense. That defense is fucking scary on the Jets. The Lions just found a way to beat them. But yeah, shout out to the Jets and all the Jets fans and everyone in Gang Green Nation. Best of luck to you in your wild card race the rest of the season. We'll see if you can get in or not, but good luck to you the rest of the year. But yeah, Lions get the win, and now it's a short week to prepare for Carolina next Saturday. Because yeah, the game against Carolina is on a Saturday, since next Sunday is Christmas. And sadly, the Lions don't get a Christmas game because, yeah, I guess the Lions aren't there yet in terms of getting those kind of national attention games. But somehow don't throw the garbage-ass Packers on because, yeah, the NFL's still going to favor Green Bay over Detroit. Despite Green Bay looking like complete dog shit this year. But yeah, you know, Lions were able to go in there. Like, I was kind of scared for this game because I knew how good that Jets defense is. You know, I believe a lot of people when they were talking about how this could potentially be a trap game. But in the end, the Lions found a way to sneak out with a win. So, I'll take it. We're at 7-7 within half a game of the playoffs. Who would have thought that we would be half a game of the playoffs with 3 games remaining in the season after the Lions started their year 1-6? We're right in that mix. You know. See, we're right there. We just need a little help now to go our way. And we can potentially still make the playoffs this year. You know, the Lions' schedule from here on out looks pretty favorable, you know, with Carolina next Sunday. And then we got Chatoya at the end as our final home game of the regular season. And then Week 18 heading to Green Bay. And Green Bay could potentially be a win in your end game. But yeah, anyway though, that's all I gotta say. Let's move on to Carolina. I'm enjoying this winning before I wrap this up. I did promise everyone in the preview and last week's recap, that if the Lions won, because I have the brand new Big Ten Championship title design here, I promised everyone that if the Lions won this game, I would retire this design and unrevealed a new design. Because if you look here, there's a loss here to Michigan State Little Brother, aka Little Brother. We can't have that on this belt. So, I'm going to stay true to my word and be a man of my word and live to my side of the deal. The Lions lived up to their end, now I'll live up to mine. So this design is gone. In here, I have the brand new Big Ten Championship belt. Because a belt, it has to look perfect, has to look pristine, has to inspire people to strive for the top. And this belt needs to live up to that. There it is. The brand new title design. Which has no L's on this one this time. There's a little bit of a stain there with Ohio State. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah. This is the brand new Big Ten Championship belt now. That I shall strap on the shoulder. For at least the next year. But yeah, you know. Got that. So yeah, Lions handled their business. On to Carolina next week to take on the Panthers. I'm out. Let's keep marching to the playoffs.